Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Notzel again. So this is a continuation of our lesson for today on points, lines, line segments, and rays. So we've been working a lot with angles lately, and we are going to kind of take a look more at the more specific vocabulary and the parts that make up that angle. So we're on actually page 380 and 381 in your books, but you do not need to do it in your books. You're going to do it here on the Google slide because this will be shared with you. I'm going to go over it with you, and then it'll be shared with you, and you just need to complete it on this Google slide. So if you look at this problem, it says Kent draws a shape with 3 sides. Use geometry words to describe each side of the shape. So I just went over all of the vocabulary words for you. And if you remember, a line segment has 2 endpoints. They do not continue to go on. So we have line segment AB or line segment BA right here in this shape. And then we talked about a ray. A ray has a point. So this is point A. And then it has the point, and then it goes on forever in one direction. So we have ray AC. Okay, that's the only way that it can be named because it doesn't go on forever in the other direction. Now we can have any points along this, but this would still be ray AC. Okay. If there was other points on here, if there was a ray, if there was a point right here, you can label it ray AD because it continues to go on. And then this down here, because it has arrows in both directions, this is our line. So we have line CB or line BC because it goes on in any direction. You can also have other points along this line, and it would be named different things. Like it could be line BD, it could be line DB because it continues to go on in both directions. Okay. So the picture, it says, if you can make some drawings to help describe the sides of this shape. Each side is straight. Draw the different kinds of straight rows of points that you know. So you have a line segment, which has 2 ends. That's a line segment. Then you have a ray with an end point, and it goes on in one direction. And then you have a line. It has points, and they go on in both directions. Okay, then the model it, they labeled it for you just like we did up there. They have the line segment right here, line segment AB, line CB or line BC, and then ray AC. Okay. All right, now we're on page 281, and it says, name a real world example of a line segment. So I'm going to erase that. And a real world example of a line segment. I'm going to say the side of a floor tile, okay? You could also say the edge of a countertop in a kitchen, okay? The countertop. The edge of a dresser, okay? The edge, the outside, because it ends, all right? So those are all examples of a line segment. Now on this question, you had to, it says, when 2 line segments, lines, or rays meet at a point, they form an angle. Name a real-world example of an angle. And we have been working nonstop with angles, so you guys should be very good. And you guys had to do a Google Slides on going around the house on a scavenger hunt, finding angles around your house. So a real-world example of an angle, I'm going to say a TV. Okay, a TV has, it meets at a 90-degree angle. Okay, the TV screen does. A TV screen. A door has a window pane. Those all have examples of angles in them. And then this one says, name a real world example of a ray. And I'm going to say the light from a flashlight. I will be interested and looking forward to seeing your guys' slides and to see if you guys come up with any other examples, because there can be more than one answer for all of these up here. I'm just giving you some answers. Okay, now we need to work on this problem. It says, explain how the drawing below represents one line, 3 line segments, 4 rays, and 1 angle. So let's talk about the lines first. So if you're looking at this, you could label this as line AB. And because I don't have the drawing tool to be able to draw the line above it, I don't think I can. Well, let me try. Yeah, I'm gonna totally mess that up. But anyways, you would want to draw it to where it would look like this above it. Okay, I'm not going to draw it above it. I'll just label them, but you guys can, if you guys can do it, then go for it. That would be awesome if you guys can do it. All right, so we have line AB, and then we have line AC. We have line BC, line BA, line CB, and line CA. Okay, so if you see that, because we have the arrows going in 2 different directions, we can label it because we can use any of those points on that line because they're going in 2 opposite directions. So we have line AB, line AC. Then we have line BC and line BA. Then we have line CB and line CA. Okay, and again, you can label them like this, or you can draw the line above each one of these letter pairs. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to write that down. Now we're going to look at the 3 line segments. Okay, now remember the line segments are the points, okay? So we either have line segment So we have line segment AB or BA. Doesn't matter to me how you write it or which one you put first, but it's either AB or BA. Okay, so that's one line segment. All right, then we have line segment BC or CB. Okay, because it doesn't matter to me how you label it, but you got to label it because you just have to talk about just the points because they don't go on for a line segment. And then we have line segment AC or CA. Okay, like I said, it doesn't matter to me which one you put first, but that's why we only have 1, 2, and then 3 line segments. For lines, we have 6 different lines on that one line. We can name it 6 different ways. All right, then we have 4 rays. So we have ray AC. We have ray. So this ray AC can also be called or AB, ray AB, because of the fact that this point, this B, is in part of that ray. So it's either ray AC or you call it ray AB because it continues to go on. Then we have ray, the same with the C, ray CA or CB, okay, because it goes across this direction. Then you have ray BC and ray BA. Okay, so that's your 4 different rays. And then we have one angle. Now, we all know that there is an angle that is 180 degrees, and it's called a straight angle or a straight line. So for this one, we have angle ABC, okay? Because that B is our center point, that's our vertex, or you could label it angle A or CBA, okay? So that is problem number 5. I know it can get kind of confusing to see all of those different parts, but hopefully by me explaining that, that helped you out a little bit. All right, now we're going to look at problem number 6. It says, how many lines are in this shape? Now, if you're looking at that shape, do you see any lines? Remember, a line has 2 arrows on either side. Do we see any? I do not see any lines. I do not see any that go on in both directions. So I'm going to put a 0 there. And then how many rays? Now remember, I should have used my tool up here because a line segment is just, sorry, I'm not drawing a straight line, but it's just a straight line that has 2 endpoints. An array has an endpoint and goes on in one direction. So that's a ray. Okay. So do you see any rays where it goes on forever in a certain direction? I don't see any. So our answer would be 0 as well here. Now, this last one. Okay. And the last problem, number 7. How many line segments are in this shape? Now, remember, a line segment stops on either side. So each one of these sides is a line segment. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So our answer here will be 12. So like I said, I'm going to be posting a anchor chart helping you with the vocabulary terms of point lines, line segments, rays, and angles. So hopefully that will help. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Mrs. Davis or myself. I hope you understood the lesson and I hope it made a little bit of sense. All right, see you guys later. Miss you guys so much. Bye.